Hi, this is Eric Gales, and you're listening to Rock at Night.
Yeah. Are you ready? Hey, tonight I'm gonna take you on a little trip. We're going down south by the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna take you to a place where lights never dim. Bring your mother, your brother, and your best friend. I'm gonna show you where they dance out in the street. They'll tell you all about your body heat. I'm not gonna talk about it, just gonna do it. Get on down if you feel up good. Get on down.
Hi, my name is Anita Stewart. I'm the managing editor for Rock at Night, and I'm chatting with Eric Gales, who's truly a Renaissance man, one of the best guitarists in the world, has played with everyone and toured everywhere. Widely respected by his peers, Gales released his 19th and latest album, Crown, last January. The album is a 16-track collection of semi-autobiographical songs about his love, life, his wife, recovery, playing guitar, facing his demons, and his faith. Thanks for being here, Eric Gales.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it so much. It's a real honor. Thank you.
So let's start at the beginning. What kind of music training did you have as you were growing up? And who was the one that pushed you to excel and to succeed when you were young?
I came up in a house full of musicians. I mean, my brothers and music was just all over the place. Gospel and church was how we were brought up, and it was the foundation that started everything. And my family was who was there for positive reinforcement. My brothers and my mom and my dad, and they were a very strong, powerful foundation for me.
You and your brothers were called child prodigies when you were pretty young, and you cut your first album when you were 16 years old. Did you understand that term when you were that young, and the ramifications it had on like creating a music resume?
Not entirely, but I learned really quickly. And I was open for, engaging in something that, as it turns out to be my career. And, I embraced it and continually, just try to push forward with everything in a positive way. And, again, like I say, I had a very powerful support team around me, and engaging on everything that was coming left and right was something that I welcome, and till today I still do.
I often think that it takes a really good mother to be able to put up with the noise when she's got a lot of kids practicing with
You're
music.
exactly right. You're exactly right. Bless my mama soul, boy. She put up with a lot of music, man, and good thing she loved music, because my mom was a singer as well, so uh, it was wasn't too unbearable. The only thing that was unbearable was the constant repeating and repeating and repeating and stuff like that. But she knew it was for a greater good.
Did you explore any other instruments besides guitar when you were young?
Yes, I actually started out on drums and then went to bass guitar, and then guitar came at four, and then ventured off into sax and keys a little bit. And so I'm a fan of many instruments.
When you were playing drums, you thought drums was it. So what was the progression? Did you just pick up another instrument and just say, okay, I want to learn how to play this?
And
Or
basically, that's exactly what happened. I picked up the guitar one day and I said, "Man, I think I can play that thing," before ever touching it, and immediately played something, and it blew my mind. And I was like, "Wow, I kind of like this thing, so I'm gonna see where it goes."
now, one of the things that's interesting about how you play is that you're right-handed,
hmm
but your guitar is on the left when
hmm
you play. So tell us about how that happened, because basically you flipped it around.
I mean, the way I picked it up was left-handed, but I write right-handed, and I had no conscious awareness of what was the right or wrong way to play. It was just what was comfortable to me, and that's what happened, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
There's a couple of other guitarists do that, and one I can think of in particular is Robert Wakeling from the English Beat, where he
Mm,
just took it and flipped it around,
hmm.
and it works for him. He can't play it any other way.
Yeah,
So
me either. So does Doyle Brimhall. He's the same. And Albert King, and there's some of us out there, Dick Dale, and apologize about the fire trucks, but um, yeah, man, it's just I picked it up that way, and it was it for me.
so let me ask you, as you went, this is kind of a tough one, as you went further into your career, you ended up facing some demons.
I did.
And we won't reflect on that too much. You went through some hell and back, and you did some
Hmm.
time and paid your debt to society, quote unquote.
Hmm.
But what was the catalyst in your life that brought you back where you actually said, no more of this? I can't live this life like this anymore.
Uh, Man, just got tired of it, man. And then eventually, 2012, I met my wife now, and she has always been since day one a very positive, powerful reinforcement of helping me realize that there's this thing called life out here, and I wasn't living it, and just something has a stranglehold on me. And after a while, 2016, I said, let me try something different, man. I mean, what do I got to lose? I've been doing this the other way, and been getting the same results. So let me try something different. Fortunately, my wife stuck with me, man, and she didn't. She stayed by my side, and I'm over 6 years clean now, so I'm very you know very elated that just the decision to say, what, I give up, man. After 25, 30 years of living in a dark hole, man, and don't know how I wind up still alive, and you know, just a lot of terrible things that happened, throughout my life that I should have been dead a long time ago. But I didn't know that that wasn't the end of my story. I had more to do and more things to add to the book, and I'm in a good place now.
Now, being sober and touring with all kinds of different musicians who may look at, you know, substance abuse or addictions or anything like that totally differently than you. How does that become challenging on the road? Do you have to do anything special to keep yourself apart from all that, or just?
No, it really doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. I'm kind of fortunate in that. I mean, I just know that I'm on a trajectory that I'm not really willing to jump off of. You know what I mean? And having
Right,
seen all of that, it's just, I have my days, but it's not really appealing to me, anymore.
right.
I mean, at one time it was the top of my agenda, but now I got other things and other aspirations in life that, that's just going to get in the way. So I'm onwards and up.
That's called strength. That's
Yeah,
like having that real strength and fortitude to
yeah.
be able to do that. So one of your best friends is Joe Bonamassa, and he's got the record label Keep the Blues Alive. He's
Hmm.
doing a lot of producing. He produced, I believe, your last album, Crown,
Hmm.
and he did it, what, for 2 Diet Cokes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he,
That was the story, and I held up to my deal, and he held up to his, and yeah, man, we've been enjoying this ride, and Joe and I, speak periodically still, and we're both quite busy out here in this industry, and he's still one of my best friends, and yeah, we're enjoying this ride.
one of the talents that he has is being able to put specific musicians with other musicians. And he really has created what I call his own wall of sound, as
Hmm.
it were. And he just pairs them so well, and they sound so great on vinyl. I mean, whether he's doing your album or anybody else's album, I find that he has a real sensibility about being able to put people together.
Yeah, he
Did
does.
what part in the producing did you take, did you actually do with him? Did you select any of those musicians
Oh yeah,
that you
all of
wanted
this,
to?
all of this was done with my approval. Nothing was forced or insistent. He presented suggestions, and I was very open. So, trying something different, and it worked out well. And I don't regret any of the decisions that were made in regards to this record and doing it. And I'd gladly do it again.
Great. Now you have quite a love story going on with LaDonna, and
hmm
you met her in a very unusual way. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about how that happened?
Well, I was just playing the show in her town, and she was in the audience, and I stopped the show and I said, "What's your name?" And you know, long story short, she was with her best friend, and I didn't know if that was her boyfriend or husband or not, and I just took a chance, and 2 months later we got married.
Wow, that quick. Now,
That quick.
when in the meeting of her did you find out that she was also a musician herself?
Through the conversation. Through the conversation. Uh, it was we began to reveal stuff about ourselves to each other, and she, I mean, of course, knew what I did by being there at the show, and we found out that gospel was our backgrounds, and we familiarized with that, and just a lot of things we had in common, and she was the choir director at church, and I came up in the church, and we just began to find things we had in common.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's romantic to actually stop a show and ask her what her name was. That's like
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah.
Um, we at Rocket Night saw you for the first time at the Allman Revival Show in
Uh,
Sarasota at the Van Wezel Hall back in
yeah.
December. So that was right before Crown was released. The album was released the following month. Can you tell us a little bit about that tour? Did it get crazy? It just looked like there was a lot of fun people on the tour.
Yeah, it
And
was really fun. We had a wonderful time. Devin's a good friend of mine, and everybody involved in that tour. We all had an awesome time. We all, the one common goal just to make good, play good shows and have a good time, and we did. It turned out, we all came together as a family, and we still are. And I will probably be on the one that's coming up, but I got dates of my own that I'm not schedules conflict. So prayers and thumbs up to them having a wonderful another revival, and maybe next year we'll see what happens. But yeah, that was wonderful, man. Just going from city to city, doing it all over again, having fun.
now, where is home to you? Is Memphis still home? Or do you
No,
have a few other places where you chill out and you just
I,
be? And
I
where do you tend to write music?
I live in Greensboro, North Carolina now. I live in my wife's town. I've been here over 10 years now. So, a lot of home, this is home base, and when the urge to write may happen or hit me anywhere. So, that can be in many of any places. But, I have my own studio here, and, do a lot of, you know, work and session work with other artists and stuff like that from my spot here. But yeah, I live in North Carolina now.
How does that creative process work for you? Does it happen? Does it happen? Do you have to be inspired by something? Hear a line, hear a melodic line? Do you write it down?
All of that. I mean, I keep my phone handy to capture an idea that comes to my a riff or something like that. Inspiration is very, very pivotal. I mean, it's very important in it. Inspiration breeds inspiration. So that is a hefty part. If I hear something on TV that reminds me of something or gives me an idea, just all depends. Just different avenues that it come from.
And do you still get involved with music at church?
Yeah, when I'm at home and not on tour, I just played at church 2 days ago. Um, so yeah, the church that I attend is called Powerhouse Garden Cathedral, and I'm a part of the band that plays at church. And yeah, so they're very supportive, and we have I have their blessing and everything. And when I'm at home on Sundays, that's where I am.
Now, I look at your discography and you've got the 19 albums. What's coming next? Are you in the process of recording a new one?
I'm in the process of writing right now, but it's a lot of extensive touring that's about to start happening, on upwards and into 2023. So, at this point, I mean, that still doesn't stop me, writing and, gathering information and, tunes and ideas and stuff like that. And some point next year, we'll probably, start working on a new record.
And you have also been on countless albums as a guest session player. What were some of the memories of some of the best ones that you've worked on, or the best people to work with, or where you had the most fun?
That's hard to say, man. All of them have been fun. I mean, anytime I'm able to engage with other artists and collaborating or being a part of what they're doing is an opportunity that I don't take very lightly. So I'm very elated to have been a part of everything that I have done.
In 20 years, you may think about retiring. Maybe. Musicians usually never retire.
Right.
Will you be rocking, or will you be in the rocking chair?
I'll be rocking. I'll be rocking while in the rocking chair.
And what's the next chapter for you in your personal life? Like, are you going to travel? What are some of the things that you like to do when you're not working?
Basically what I'm doing now, chilling at my house, doing nothing, watching TV shows, chilling with my cat and pets, and just enjoying life, man. Some things that I didn't allow myself to do for 30 years, so I just simple things, occasional movie, riding around. Me and my wife got two old school cars that we like to trail each other in and ride around and do that. Occasionally we like to go to the casino a little bit here and there, but other than that, that's about it.
So, what are some of your favorite guitars? Let's talk a little bit about your equipment, and how do you do your whole rig setup maybe differently from somebody else? Is there something that makes it uniquely yours?
I mean, nothing really. I mean, I got my own signature model Magneto guitars. I got my own signature amps, DB Market amps, and just a couple of pedals that I use. And, I mean, I guess it's all dependent on who the player is. I mean, I got a couple of different things that I use, nothing that's nobody wouldn't know about. I mean, it's what I do. And,
Do you have any antique guitars?
I got a 1962 Strat that I have that I keep here at the house. I used to play it out a lot, but I keep it kind of put up. And that's about it.
Now, you'll be coming down here to Florida in December, so we hope to catch you on, I think you're playing at one of the Ruth Eckerd places. Yeah. They have several different places on December 8th. So we're hoping to catch you there, or maybe do a live interview or a show review, one or the other. So we'll probably be in touch with you before then.
Awesome.
And did you have anything that you wanted to add to our listeners about, I would just say, words of wisdom to musicians who are just starting out that may be facing their own demons? How can they keep going? How can they stop what they're doing that doesn't work for their benefit?
Best I can say is, man, just never give up, man. Giving up is never an option. Try to stay inspired. Always trying to find something that inspires you, and just keep going forward, man. Staying still and going in reverse will never get you where you're going. So that's what I got to say about that. And as far as the show, I hope that everybody that's possible can come out to the show. It's going to be a wonderful show. I plan on spreading all kind of inspiration and, a really good time. And hope a lot of people's there to let's have some fun.
All right. I think that's it. If you, we'll see you. We'll see you in December.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
And thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much for being a part of Rock at Night.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You're listening to Rock at Night.
The introductory song, Get On Down, is from blues artist Billy Bass Alford. Look for his music at ReverbNation.com.